Hello folks, and welcome to either developing practice and practices learning at work or advancing practice and practices learning at work. Both modules are collectively regarded as work-based learning. For those of you who are not familiar with work-based learning, even though having chosen it as a module, the key difference between this and any other learning experience that you will have had is that work-based learning includes a great deal of self-directed learning. But let me start off with the arrangements for the class or the classes to begin with. So we have a series of 5 classroom-based tutorials. Those are in weeks 1, which is this week, weeks 2, 4, week 7, and then week 11. Now the tutorials in weeks 1, 2 and 4 I strongly encourage all students to attend. I appreciate that some of you will have chosen to take this module on a distance learning basis, and that's absolutely fine, there's not a problem with that. But experience has shown me that most students will do better if they have that face-to-face classroom experience. It's not to say that students who take the module online struggle and fail, but there is certainly something to be gained from participating in classroom sessions, especially when it's something new like work-based learning or self-directed learning. The classes, each tutorial class is arranged for 1 o'clock till 4 o'clock on Wednesday afternoons, and the room is always the same, in room A527A in the Govan and Becky building for Trimester C. So what is the purpose of work-based learning then? If you've had a look at the module handbook, you may well have noticed that there is no content. All the module handbook offers is guidance on a structure for the module and what the assessment strategy is, but there is no content. And that's deliberate because the content has to come from you. It's work-based. The content has to relate to either practice in your area or an aspect of your own practice that you want to investigate. Now, this is a 20 credit module. There is a written piece of work required by every student, and for 20 credits that will be 3,000 words. So be realistic with your ambitions as to what you hope to achieve or what you want to learn about or what you want to look into in more depth, because 3,000 words isn't a great deal of words to facilitate that. Higher marks will be achieved through in-depth discussion rather than a broad discussion. So it's important that when you're choosing a topic that you try and narrow that down, filter your topic down to something fairly narrow and precise that you can look at in some depth and engage in critical discussion about it. Now, I'm here to provide support, and my role is for academic support. I will show you how to create some of the documents that are going to be required for this module. I'll talk about those in a second, but also to help you develop the learning contract, to help you drill down a focus. Please don't set out to change the world. Please don't set out to prove services are being operated in the wrong way, in the wrong fashion. Think about something fairly precise that is absolutely measurable. Okay, but we can talk about that in the first session. So the academic support I provide, as I say, covers a series of documents that you're going to be required to submit for the assessment. The first of which will be a 3,000 word negotiated assessment item. It's negotiated because you and I, as in individual students and I, will decide what it is that your topic is going to be, and therefore how we're going to best assess it. So for example, if you want to find out more about a particular aspect of practice, as in identify the evidence that underpins it, then a literature review may be absolutely relevant. If, on the other hand, you want to examine an aspect of practice and begin an early evaluation to see whether that practice is evidence-based or whether improvements can be made, then a case study approach will probably be better for that. There is no set assessment format. It really depends on what it is that you want to learn, and that's what I'm here to help you with. So the different aspects of the portfolio that you will have to complete and submit are your 3,000 word negotiated assessment item, your learning contract, which is essentially a document that sets out what you plan to learn and how you're going to learn it, your learning log, which is a record of all of the learning that you've undertaken from the beginning of the module to the final point of submission, and you will have to submit 3 short reflections as well. We'll talk about the reflections in more depth and reflective writing later in the module, but the reflections focus on your experience as a learner, not on your experience of the topic that you're exploring. Okay, so all I can suggest just now is that if you haven't already, begin to think about a topic, begin to think early on about a topic. In Classroom we'll discuss this in the tutorial, we'll share ideas. But for those of you who are taking the module via an online basis, I'll set up a discussion board and you can share ideas on that. But it's important that you do share ideas, it's important that you get other people's opinions and other people's thoughts on, is what you intend to do too big? Are you being too ambitious? Is it achievable? Remember, the purpose of this module is A, for you to learn about something you're interested in, B, to develop new learning skills to become more proficient and independent and self-directed learning, and C, and some might argue is the most important, although I wouldn't, but some might, is that you get 20 credits towards your degree that you're studying for. Okay, so don't make life difficult. Okay, I'm here to keep you in the straight and narrow, keep you right, I'll provide plenty of advice, but don't be too ambitious, don't set the bar too high, you'll just set yourself up to fail. Okay folks, so I look forward to meeting you all, whether it's in Classroom, whether it's via the telephone or through video conferencing. I'm happy to take video calls as well, and we'll put more details on about that as the module develops. Okay, but in the meantime, I hope you're having a lovely morning like we are here in Glasgow. If you are, enjoy it. If you're at work, I'm sorry. But no, we'll get to know each other fairly well over the course of the module. Okay folks, thank you.